Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to our weekly market update. I've got Melanie and Maddie here with me today. How are everybody?
Hey, good, thank you.
Yes, thanks for tuning in. This week we have had a very similar message to the last few weeks, but I'd like to start with hopefully you're noticing a bit more information and content coming across our Facebook and YouTube and Instagram channels with a lot of in-depth information about a lot of the properties we're bringing up for rent and for sale, and these guys have been in quite a few of them themselves over the last couple of weeks, but hopefully you start seeing, we'd love to get feedback and comments from what we're getting so far. The information is certainly helping a lot of people make some educated decisions on whether they look at the properties or probably more importantly spend a heap of money and fly on an aeroplane to come down and look at them. So they're certainly so keep an eye out for those. I'd like I said, love to get the feedback there, comment on them, and let us know.
I guess importantly, make sure they're following our
all
pages.
Of our channels,
so
get the notifications.
That's right. So the different pages, you've got a page, and Carl has a page, and we've got the office page, and I have a page, and so find us on Facebook in the first.
Yeah, that's right.
First place, follow, so you get those notifications when we've got the videos coming up.
No, that's definitely because some of them you'll probably find, but if you're finding them all, you'll get the notifications live at the top of your feed. They'll pop up and you go, Huon Valley live or Melanie Thayer's live, and you'll be able to see those things. So we are getting some pretty good numbers tuning in, which is increasing all the time, and then hopefully it's a good way for a lot of people sometimes to see some of the things before they're hitting the market too for rent and for sale. It's often a day or two before or a day or two after it's been listed, so they're all around that new listing time. They're not old properties that have been around for a while. It's things that are hitting the market, so you might get a bit of a jump on some of the other people in the market by getting that information out nice and early. So so sales side of it first, Melanie, how has the activity been this week?
So we have had a few less open homes on the weekend probably, so I think the ones that we had were still reasonably busy. In the higher price bracket though, so sometimes there's a few less people at those more expensive listings. But that was the Castle Forbes Bay listing on the water that we've got. Carl's got up. I think that we had a midweek open and a weekend open and still got kind of 20 plus people to that one.
Seems to be averaging around that 10 people per open for the last couple of months sort of thing. And
our little Channel Highway property that Colby brought on, we didn't have that open. It's right on the highway and parking is difficult, but we had, again, probably 20 inspections just about during the week
that one.
Privately there. So almost the same as we would have had if we had an open. So, I think there was a few other inspections at other properties during the week. We've still been getting pretty good inspections at our land listings with their little cabins, off-grid cabins at Pelverada, and at the one that we've got as rural address up in Lukeston. That was still available, sold now, but those two have still been going pretty well as well. Driving lots of muddy dirt tracks over the last week in the rain, but they've been going well still. So
and a few exciting listings coming on this week over today and tomorrow, which will probably mean we're going to have a very busy weekend of open homes.
A very busy
weekend,
open home weekend.
A couple of those properties will get a lot of people through them, I think.
Yes, they will. Franklin and Signet, stunning character properties in both those areas that are going to be super popular.
Very popular. So keep an eye on those Facebook pages. The next 2 or 3 days, you'll see quite a bit of information coming out on some of those properties and there. So, property management. What's been happening in the rental space?
Much of the same thing as the previous few weeks. We're still quite busy. Unfortunately, we do have, which is a good thing, we have the constant rollover of properties, but too many people and only one can be a successful tenant, unfortunately.
That was the weekend with the property? You had one or two?
We had one open home at 80 Main Street. That was Saturday. There were half a dozen people there, I think, and probably 2 or 3 of them had already applied. So it was pretty good. We do have another open home scheduled for that property at 11:30 tomorrow. And we'll be hoping to do a live video walkthrough at the same time too for the people that can't manage to get to the property.
Okay, cool. And questions, I guess we've been questions are they asking you mainly when they're coming through the open homes at the moment it's particularly the Saturday people that are coming through on the weekends and things?
Probably the most frequent question would be, how do I make my application stand out? I guess being at an open home, you see a number of other people there and you think, oh gosh, I don't stand a chance here, there's so many people here. So obviously, naturally, everybody wants to make their application stand out. A couple of things that I can think of, personally, I look out for references, whether they be rental references, employment references, whatever. It's just the more references we can get, the better. The more people that we can get to speak on your behalf, to say you paid your rent, you kept the house clean, you have a full-time job, all that sort of stuff is great. Also pets, there aren't many pet-friendly properties at the moment, so if we do come across a pet-friendly property, we're inundated with applications that have pets. Something to think about is maybe a little summary of your pet, a name, age, breed, personality. Helps the owner definitely make a decision on whether they want that pet in the property.
No, they're good tips because it is very competitive, and yes, I can see we can't think of too many that allow pets, not just with us, just generally in the marketplace. And part of that being Tasmania's legislation doesn't allow pet bonds like it does in other states, where often people coming from interstate used to being able to have the pet bond set up and be able to just have that as an option with almost any property. So that's some really good tips there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We've kept you waiting long enough and watching. So keep an eye out for all of the videos that we are putting out. I'm sure we'll be able to add quite a bit of value to you guys, especially if you're currently looking to rent or buy right now. There's a lot of really good content coming out over the next few days.
Please.